Hello, and welcome to Mailtrap videos, where we explore the world of emails. Here's how to send emails with dotnet. Before we get started, keep in mind that in our examples, we'll be using configurations from Mailtrap email sending, which has both SMTP and API functionality. But of course, following the same principle, you can use any other sending service. So the first thing you want to do is create a new ASP.NET project with C# as the main language. This can be done from the File menu in Visual Studio. Next, give the project a name and select the framework version. In this case, we went with the 6th version since it's better supported. But you can also go with the newer version. Now, make sure that the Use Controllers and Enable OpenAPI Support options are checked. Now hit Create and clean up your project by deleting any unnecessary files. At this stage, you'll need to integrate your project with Swagger UI. It is a tool that presents APIs in a user-friendly and easy-to-understand manner. So right-click on your project and select Manage NuGet Packages and search for Swagger. Now install the latest version of Swagger Core, Generator, and UI packages that appear in the search results. The links to all three can be found in the description under this video. After the installation, include the Swagger service in the program.cs file by using the services.addSwaggerGen method and configure the rest of the package options. You can find the full relevant code for this step in our article, linked in the video description. Next, just like you did with the Swagger package, install MailKit, a Microsoft recommended library, thanks to its suitability for modern development. Again, the relevant link can be found in the description down below. At this stage, using the Mail Settings class, add your SMTP server and email account details to the appsettings.json file. Now that you've added the SMTP server and email details, you have to make them readable at runtime. For this, create a new class. Name it, and within the public class mail settings, configure the SMTP setting. Now, to load data from appsettings.json into the new class using the configure method, add the relevant line of code in program.cs. And finally, write the email sending code. Unlike with some other frameworks, .NET email sending code is written across multiple documents and folders. First, create a model to hold the necessary email data. Name it Mail Data. And add the email told, email to name, email subject, and email body properties. Next, create an email sending interface and a service implementing that interface. Place them in a services folder at the root of your project. Now, register the service in the application container by adding this line to the program.cs file. Lastly, you want to inject the service into an API controller for better code flexibility, testability, reusability, and maintainability. So, create a new file called mailcontroller.cs under the controllers folder, and in it, inject the iMail service using dependency injection to enable the use of the email service created earlier. To do this, add a constructor for the mail controller class that takes iMail service as a parameter. Next, implement a post method named sendMail within the mail controller class. which takes a mail data object and sends an email using the injected service. That's it! You just created a working API endpoint for sending emails with your email service. Let's run the project and use Swagger to test the email sending functionality. Navigate to your local host page. Make sure your inbox is refreshed. Click Try It Out and enter the email parameters in the request body. Once done, click Execute, and that's it! Your email is in the inbox. To improve the performance and responsiveness of your application and avoid any potential bottlenecks, you might also choose to send an email asynchronously. First, add a new method signature to the iMail service interface for asynchronous email sending. Next, implement the async version of the method in the mail service class that was created earlier. You could just copy and paste this code and use Swagger again to check that everything works. Now that we've covered the SMTP methods, let's move on to explore the RESTful API-based approach, which offers a more automated and feature-packed solution for sending emails. First thing you need to do is to add the API token and API-based URL properties in the mailsettings.cs file, both of which you can find in the setting of your account. Once done, define the values for both properties in the appsettings.json file. Next, using the builder, add the HTTP client to the application service container in the program.cs file. In this example, it's Mailtrap. At this point, create a new interface in the Services folder and name it iAPI Mail Service. Now, define the method signature for an asynchronous method. In the same folder, create a class called API Mail Service, implementing the iAPI Mail Service interface. And in the constructor of the class, inject the mail settings class and the iHTTP client factory interface. In our blog, you can find the code to send HTML emails using a template and emails with attachments. Now you can register the API mail service in the program.cs file. Create a controller in the Controllers folder and name it Mail API Controller. Adjust the root so it contains the right controller name, and in the constructor, inject the iAPI Mail service. That's it! You've successfully set up an email API in your .NET Core project. Just like with the SMTP method, use Swagger to check that everything works. Feel free to check out our article to learn more about sending emails with .NET, where we also cover how to send HTML emails, emails with attachments, and how to test email sending functionality. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video, brought to you by Mailtrap, an email delivery platform. To test, send, and control your email infrastructure, all in one place. Like and share this video and subscribe to our channel to see more tutorials like this one, as well as check out our other videos for more useful content on email deliverability. See you in the next one.